Like puppets on a string, we're back.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been fighting a cold. So,
Yeah, and I got strep throat again.
oh boy.
So it's like, yeah, we've just been really sick. So again, thank you guys so much for being patient with us. Not being like, oh, where's the next episode? Just thank you guys so much for your patience, and also Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hope the world it doesn't have as much fire on it as it did back in November.
Let's hope not. So we are reviewing a film called Strings. Now, this one's from 2004. There's another Strings film, but they're completely different. This one is a fantasy film, and it is a co-production between Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and the UK, and it features nothing but marionettes, aka string puppets. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to try to pronounce this person's name properly. The film was directed by Anders Ronald Kowlund. Again, I hope I said his name right. I'm so sorry.
Oh, crap, it's my turn. The strings that control the puppets is part of the movie's lore. The characters are aware of the strings but have no idea who controls them. The film was dubbed into 4 different languages: Danish, Swedish, Japanese, and English.
And the film started production in 2000, and then it took 4 years to finish, and over 200 people worked on the film.
Oh, wow.
So, one of the reasons I kind of, I like the show is, we can pick and choose, we have a varied list of different stuff, and every once in a while, we get a break from the absolute crap. This movie, while flawed, it was just kind of like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, especially what we've been reviewing in the past.
Yeah, like after Rhapsody Street Kids, 8 Crazy Nights, we needed something that was just, at least decent.
Mm-hmm. And it was, I have mixed feelings about this film. We start off with him setting up all the strings, it's a behind-the-scene things, and we see the king of this kingdom, Bababal it's called.
I think. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, we couldn't find one with subtitles. I think it was Herbalore.
Yeah, full disclosure, we both had a lot of difficulty finding and where to view this movie. The DVDs online were expensive, and there wasn't a single streaming service that had this film, so we had to go resort to YouTube, and someone uploaded it, but in a very small thumbnail in the corner of the video while a bunch of glittery stuff was happening in the background. And the audio quality was not the best.
It was garbage.
So if you have a hard time following the plot of the characters and the names, that's why. So,
alright.
Yeah, apparently the king has a lot of grief over what he's done and what he made the kingdom do. So he's writing a suicide note, and he cuts the string on his head. Which, in this world, if you cut the string on your head, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Dead.
You can cut the other strings, but if you cut off the head string, it kills you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's when the king's brother comes in, and decides he has an opportunity to seize the throne. He states it's a suicide to make it look like it was an assassination and blame it on this rival kingdom, I think it was.
The Zeniths, I think they're called. Yeah, again, we didn't find the best quality to watch this, unfortunately.
Yeah, so he cuts all the strings on the guy and then hides the suicide note. And we see the princess awaken to and informed of the king's apparent assassination, as well as his sister was there to mourn.
Gina and Hal.
Una and Hal
are their names. Yes.
Hal's the prince, right?
Yes.
So let's see. So Hal wants to train to fight in war to go against sorrow. I think it was called. But he's inexperienced. The leader of the...
Yeah, he's super... I don't think he, ever left the palace beforehand. I don't know.
It got to one point where the string on his hand is cut. Apparently, if a string is cut on a person's body part, they gotta transplant with someone else's body parts. And that's how they have a bunch of poor people and slaves they use as quote-unquote donors.
Yeah. It's really messed up. Because, they pick out somebody and then they, put him in this death trap. And he's like, no, don't take my hand. And then they just chop it off. It's really messed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, the sister is betrothed to that, one guy her brother was the princess ran up against. And so was training. And that guy's the captain of the guards, apparently. And...
No, the captain of the guard's married to somebody else.
Right.
He's got a wife.
Right. Yeah, sorry, I had a hard time following.
Yeah, again, we did not find the best quality to watch this in, unfortunately.
Yeah, the audio is compressed on the video. I watched. The sister and the knight they have a baby, and the baby's literally being carved out of wood as we speak.
I think, let me see, Hal's the prince, Gina was the sister, Irito was the captain of the guard, and I think his wife was named Agra. I can't remember. Again, the sound wasn't fantastic, but yeah, in this world, they literally carve their children from wood.
Mm-hmm. And they paint them. So, and they paint Hal in Woodis brown to disguise him, so no one knows he's royalty. And we see the former captain of the World Guards, who has all but 2 strings still attached. His arm string and his head string.
So he looks like kind of, I guess, what's the word, malformed? And he's also obsessed with the princess, aka Gina. And she looks a little different from a lot of the other puppets. Did you notice that?
Yeah. For starters, he's got no legs, and he looks like he was busted and made out of wood rock.
Mm-hmm.
So
we find out why he was destroyed. He was originally right-hand man to the king. Part of this movie is Hal learning about the truth of the world and also the truth of his father. His father was a tyrant. And they had failed a battle. And the guy who's all messed up now, he was told to kill women and children. He refused, and the king turned on him. That's why he's the way he is.
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot about that part.
Yeah. The pacing in this is a little weird.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to remember what happens. So Penny, the captain, and soon turns on the prince, Hal. Penny because of some prophecy.
His kids are gonna die.
The uncle threatens to kill his wife and his daughter.
And his 2 kids. He already has 2 children. And I remember his wife and the girl Gina find out the truth.
Yeah, the kids rush into a room and the rods get tangled.
Yeah, they do it on purpose. I think so they wouldn't get in trouble or something. I'm not sure. But then they find, she finds a piece of paper that was under the letter the king wrote and found out that he committed suicide. And she tells Gina, but the weird, creepy dude was listening. And so they throw both Gina and the soldier's mom into prison. But I kind of found this interesting, even if it was a little confusing, because like we said, the kids are carved, but how they come to life is the strings come down and the parents attach them. But it also seemed like the mom was in labor at the same time.
Yeah, it was the world building is kind of weird on how these marionettes are born and how they operate.
Yeah. I think if they had been maybe given more time, they could have fleshed it out a little more. Anyways, back to Hal. So,
Oh,
they
the night guy, what captain, whatever, tries to kill him, and Hal runs off. And let's see, I'm trying to remember. This princess is captured by the uncle and put in the dungeon. And right, that's where the TARDIS spawn with his strings.
He meets a woman named Zeta, and at first he doesn't know who she is, but then it turns out she's part of the Zareth. But like at first he just, I guess, like he knows that she's part of the Zareth, but doesn't realize like she's the head of them until later. But they had a meet cute before, but he later saves a little kid from drowning, and so she allows him to join her people, and then she reveals that Havalor, Herbalor, whatever it's called, used to belong to her people, but then they got kicked out. And so, see, I think one of the things is they try to sort of make the marionettes be sort of, human-like, which I kind of get. But, see, the thing is like, they can't emote.
No.
The only thing that moves is their eyes. And there's a scene where they have, like, a dance. They have a bunch of dancers. Zeta joins the dancers, and, like, from the way they, what's the word?
Animate puppet them?
It's, like, supposed to be really beautiful. And, like, it was supposed to be sexy, but it's like,
yeah, it comes off as awkward, really. Especially when they bond and get intimate. You ever saw Team America World Police? That was another one with an adult animated movie where they used marionettes, and I just can't help but flash back to that, where they were just having a naked marionettes awkwardly mash into one each other.
At least the mouths moved. The ones in strings, their mouths don't move at all. But it's very obvious the two of them had, yeah, and the thing is like while Hal's sleeping, Zeta, I think it's her dad. I'm not 100% sure. He's very old, and he says he like visited the Oracle and said that someone in gold will come to save us. And Hal wakes up and then gets attacked by Zeta, and he realizes, she's now the leader of the Zareth, but she realizes that Hal is what the world needs. Like he's the one.
Yeah, he's a prince.
And then he gets. Oh, go ahead.
He's a prince, and while her man wants to kill him, he decides to spare him instead.
It's Oh, then he gets like captured by slave traders, I think.
Yeah, this is one time I was kind of losing interest a little bit. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just fast forwarding through it. And he runs into the one slave who it turns out he has his hand.
Yeah, I was like, wait, how does he know that? Did they tell him? Like, hey, we're gonna give your hand to the prince.
Oh yeah, and the prince is captured, and that's where he finally learns the truth from his sister and her allies. I forgot this. They begin to Uncle plans to execute the princess in front of the entire kingdom.
Yeah, because partly because of the reason is because she refused to be with the creepy dude. She said she couldn't love him.
Yeah,
and I think part of that was because there were a bunch of slaves, and he like basically tore them apart to make himself a new body, and she was disgusted with him.
Yeah, but
So yeah,
the prince remembers how. Fuck, what was her name? Zeta says that you can't fight with anger. You're more powerful when you fight for love, and apparently that makes him be able to jump really, really high out of the prison and thus dismember the guards and stop the execution.
Because why not?
Mm-hmm.
But he's too late, and they cut off the head string.
Oh, yeah.
And then the army is marching on the, what do you call them? The Zenith?
Zenith people,
and yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so fighting, and some of the marionettes are even set on fire, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
Han is there and fights alongside Shida, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he met. Trying to remember what happened. Yeah, this is around the time I lost interest. Oh yeah, there was one scene where he lights the guy's strings on fire, and
oh yeah,
yeah, it actually leads to a pretty cool looking scene where you can just see all the strings burning in the air. So the land's in ashes, and Sita has no home, but the prince assures her that she does, and I'm trying to figure out what happened there. Like, they give her the kingdom, apparently, or whatever it was.
Again, guys, it sounds like we're struggling. Again, we could not really find the best, like, quality for this. Like, this is one of the reasons, I'm a big fan of media conservation, so because it's like if we had maybe had a much better copy, we probably would have been able to remember it better, or just so
yeah, and they send the princess's dead body afloat, and she had like a pet bird thing who refuses to leave her side, and its strings falls off, but suddenly it can fly away, because why not? And that's the end of the movie.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This movie is very flawed.
But also very beautiful at the same time.
Yeah. And I think the thing is it's so unique.
I'm a little bit more forgiving towards it.
Yeah. Like, this is not like, like, as we mentioned, like 8 Crazy Nights or something like that. You can tell that some actual effort went into this. That people actually cared,
Yeah, like it was definitely a passion for them, but I think they should have focused a bit more on this script for a little bit to fine-tune the story.
There's a lot of interesting concepts. It's just nothing. A lot of things kind of fall flat. But again, it's like I think again we are a lot more forgiving. Just because it's something unique, you can tell there was passion behind it. And also, like, it's a very unique concept, and I like the idea where it's like, hey, these are puppets, they're controlled, but they don't know who's controlling them. Like, that's actually a really good idea. It's just, again, it's the execution. So I'm gonna give this a 3.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Yeah, I think we both just think this
audio quality was not the best when we were watching this, so I had a hard time picking up on certain some bits.
Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe they will re-release the DVD or something. Who knows? But and again, like, it was a nice break from, like, just things that were truly god awful. We need a break every once in a while. I'm trying to do a thing where it's like I have us watch something that might potentially be good, so we could just sort of cut it up, so we're not like watching just crap after crap after crap. But yeah. So now we got to get on to news. There's going to be some sad news. We got to get out of the way first. Okay, let me scroll back down. Yeah. Okay. Do. Sorry. All right. All right. So everybody knows who Shakespeare is.
Of course.
Of course. I remember having to read Romeo and Juliet, and then we went and saw the play. And actually seeing the play is what made me a Shakespeare fan. We also watched the movie. Well, unfortunately, Olivia Hussey, who was the original Romeo and Juliet from the 1868 adaptation, has died at 73.
Oh, no. Because of breast cancer. Yeah, I see.
She's had like a lifelong association with it because the 1968 version of the film, it still holds up. You can't really like say that with a lot of films. Also, she was 15.
Oh wow.
When she did this role.
And it grossed $39 million on the box office. When adjusted for inflation, that's $250 million today.
Yeah.
And also won an Academy Award, Stephen.
Yeah. Our hearts and thoughts go out to her family. I'm just going to go through all of these so we don't have to linger on them too much. Linda Lavin, Broadway actress and star of TV sitcom Alice, is dead at 87. She won 2 Golden Globes Award and an Emmy nomination for her role on the show, and she also earned a Tony for Best Actress in the play Broadway Bound. She died on Sunday in Los Angeles due to complications of lung cancer. She got popular when she was Alice in the comedy based on the movie Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. She played a widow mother on her way to pursuing a musical career. She also was in The Last of the Red Hot Leftovers. She was a big star back in her day. And it seems like she was like still working. She starred in a few other things afterwards. Once again, our heart and prayers go to her friends and family. And then, this one's really sad.
Aubrey Plaza's husband died at 47 after suicide? Oh my god, I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, I cannot imagine what she is feeling. They got married in 2001 after dating for 10 years.
Dating for 10 years, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he was a director. He directed Life After Beth, The Little Hours, and Spin Me Round. I have no words. As someone who has struggled with suicide, I'm just really heartbroken that Jeff unfortunately lost his battle with it.
And more sad news, unfortunately. The Vivian, first ever winner of RuPaul's Drag Race UK, dead at 32. Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, so I am a fan of drag, and therefore, I'm a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm trying to get back into it, but unfortunately, there's this like sad trend that a lot of drag queens don't live that long. Unfortunately, the Vivian is not the only like RuPaul's Drag Race star to have passed away at a very young age. Yeah, their death was confirmed by their manager.
Did they confirm how
I don't think
they died, or?
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a lot of the fellow drag queens are extremely upset. Even RuPaul left a tribute. With a broken heart, I joined the entire Drag Race universe as we the loss of the Vivian, an incredibly talented queen and a lovely human being. So yeah, it's not saying how she died, but again, she was only 32. And it's sad because like there's been other drag queens from RuPaul's who have died at a very young age. It breaks my heart when I see it. Okay. No more sad news. We gotta move on.
Okay, winners for the Golden Globes, which was last night, and we got a lot to. Okay, the list is the winner for Best Motion Picture and Musical Comedy, Mila Perez.
I have not seen this movie. Have you?
No, I haven't heard
I
of it
haven't
until
either.
now.
Now, this I've heard of. The Brutalist is the winner for the Best Motion Picture and Drama.
And Best Motion Picture and Animation, Flow. Oh, wow, that's a surprise. Little for an indie
I think
film.
the reason... Yeah, we're both surprised just because it's an indie film, and this went up 2 Disney films.
And Wallace and Gromit and the Wild Robot.
Yeah, so I've been wanting to see Flow. I know it's about animals dealing after, I think, a flood. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a surprise to no one. Cinematic and box office achievement, Wicked.
Possibly the most worthless category ever. Cinematic and box office achievement. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
I think it means success.
Okay. But how do they measure the film success?
You got this one. So,
Best Motion Picture, non-English language, Emilia Perez.
Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Motion Picture Drama, Fernanda Torres and I'm Still Here.
Best Performance by a Male Actor in a Motion Picture in the Drama category, Adrien Brody, The Brutalist.
I like him. Okay, so this I found really shocking, but so the Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Motion Picture was Demi Moore. This is her first, award that she's ever won.
Wow.
She's been acting for years. How the heck has she never won anything?
And Best Performance by a Male Actor in a Motion Picture, a musical comedy, Sebastian Stan, A Different Man.
All right. Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture, Zoe Saldana and Emilia Perez.
And Best Performance by a Male Actor in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture, Kieran Culkin for Real Pain.
So that's Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his brother. Okay. Best Director, Motion Picture, Brady Corbett for The Brutalist.
And let's see here. Best Screenplay for a Motion Picture, Peter Strahan for Conclave.
Yep. Best Original Score, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross for The Challengers, the Tennessee Threesome movie.
Best Original Song in a Motion Picture, El Mal for Emilia Perez. Music and lyrics by Clement Ducal, Camilla and Chuacas. Oh, fuck me if I can pronounce that.
They're all French names. Okay. Guys, I'm sorry, we're just ignorant Americans. Please bear with us. Best Television Series Drama, Shogun from Fox
FX
and Hulu.
Yeah, they've been hearing a lot of buzz about that one. Best Television Series in the Musical Comedy category, Hacks on HBO and Max.
All right, Best Television Limited Series, Anthology, or Motion Picture, Baby Reindeer on Netflix.
I haven't heard of that one.
I have heard of that one.
Best Performance
I just haven't seen
by
it.
a female actor in a television series drama, Anna Sawai, Shogun.
Best Performance by a male actor in a television series, Hiroki Sandana in Shogun.
Best Performance by a female actor in a television series, musical comedy, Jean Smart in Hacks.
Best Performance by a male actor in a television series, musical comedy, Jeremy Allen White in The Bear. I still need to watch that. Everybody says it's really good.
Best Performance by a female actor in a limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television, Jodie Foster for True Detective and Night Country.
I love Jodie Foster. I adore her. Best Performance by a male actor in a limited series, anthology series, or motion picture, Colin Farrell, the Penguin.
Oh, wow.
So I just want to say this. Colin Farrell kind of had a rough few years of his career. He was getting cast in such shitty stuff, but it seems like he's made it a bit of a comeback.
That's good.
Which I'm happy for, because he always also seemed like someone. He's like, yeah, I've started some crap. Okay. Excuse me. He doesn't he's like, you know what, I've been in some shit, and he doesn't shy away from, I guess, making fun of himself. All right, you got this one.
Best performance by female actor in a supporting role on television, Jessica Gunning, Baby Reindeer.
Oh, I love her dress. Best performance by a male actor in a supporting role on television. Okay, I'm going to try to pronounce this man's name right. Tada Anobuo Asano from Shogun.
Okay, and best performance in a stand-up comedy on television, Ali Wong for Ali Wong, Single Lady.
Woo! So I really like her. She's the voice of Birdie from Tuca and Birdie.
Oh, neat.
All right, congratulations to all the winners. Claps, claps. I know a lot of people were upset that Cynthia Erivo didn't win, but I think maybe Wicked will have a little bit of a better chance at the Oscars. Fingers crossed. All right, you read this next one.
Okay, Megan Thee Stallion seeks restraining order against Tory Lanez as saying he continues to harass her. So, who's Tony Lanez?
Oh my god. He's the jackass who shot Megan in the foot.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
Yep, he is currently serving 10 years for shooting her. And somehow despite being in jail, he's managed to get people to like help harass her. So she is now seeking a restraining order. And I'm so done. Like, dude, just leave her the fuck alone. You lost.
Oh my god. This. Someone tell this guy to fuck off, and, oh yeah, you added this.
Yeah, of course I did. Alright. Disney to pay $233 million in California's largest wage theft
Holy
case.
Shit.
Oof. Okay, so guys, you all know us. We both love Disney's art, but we hate the company. It's like I don't think anybody hates Disney as much as we do, despite us also loving it. We have such a complicated relationship, so we're always ready and willing to call Disney out on their shit. And Disney's had a lot of issues in the past with how they have not paid people properly, specifically like their park employees. Well, this lawsuit was apparently raised 5 years ago, and according to the lawsuit, Disney ignored the city of Anaheim's minimum wage law. So right now, California is set to increase the minimum wage to nearly $20.50, and I guess just Disney hasn't been following the law, not like paying people properly, so now they're in a lot of trouble. They're supposed to be making like at least $19 an hour. Yeah, so about 50,000 current and former Disney employees are covered in the settlement.
Oh, well, good on them.
Yeah, and like that's a lot of money. Like $1 million is a lot of money, and like somebody Peter Dreher, a professor of public policy and co-author of Working for the Mouse, a survey of Disneyland and resort employees, said they've denied them pay they're owed while paying Bob Iger over $31 million a year. So think about that. Bob Iger doesn't really have to do much. And he gets paid $31 million, but the people who are working at the parks, who are making the magic possible, were not getting paid enough.
Oh, God. I'm glad they finally got their due payment. Hopefully this will send a message to Disney, but I fucking doubt it. And,
I don't know.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, I think, I feel like over the years, Disney's become less, originally, it always seems like Disney could do whatever and get away with it, but it seems like I think the government is starting to realize
crack down on them.
We have left this, like not just them, but in big companies in general. And I think it's it's very slow, but we're seeing it.
And something else about Disney that fucking pisses me off: Disney posts trans storyline from Pixar's Win or Lose. So Win or Lose is an animated miniseries Pixar made for the streaming service Disney Plus. It was delayed by, I believe, nearly 2 years now. And it appears that a reason for the delay, they were cutting out an episode and scenes about how one of the characters is transgender.
God damn it, Disney.
Yeah, like this series was gonna be like a mini anthology that focused on kids from a co-ed baseball team as they get ready for the big game. And the Hollywood Reporter managed to interview some ex-employees of Pixar who were let go from the layoffs earlier this year. One said they knew what was coming but was still devastated, and they claimed that 2 years ago, back when Bob Chapek was still the CEO, allegedly Chapek told Pixar that he viewed animation as a conservative medium.
Ugh, God.
And also a lot of former staffers find it hypocritical how Disney says that they don't want to inject... that they don't want to bring a conversation to a kid that the parents might not want them to learn through a cartoon, but they find it ironic because Disney animated movies dealt with a death of a parent, intergenerational trauma, discrimination, and substance abuse, and yet trans people acknowledging the existence of trans people is where they draw the line.
Yeah, and also, like, another thing a lot of people have been constantly calling this out is because every time Pride rolls around, Disney wants to sell a bunch of, like, Pride merch. The one person who calls them out repeatedly is Alex Hirsch, the guy who created Gravity Falls. Because when he was making Gravity Falls, he wanted to have a gay couple in the show, and they said no. Keep in mind, this is like a horror show. When Bill Cipher first shows up, he removes the teeth from a deer that's still alive and gives them to a child. That's fine. Totally fine. But gay people,
Yeah, and apparently this move actually costed Disney money. Like, they actually spent money just to deny the existence of trans people. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. And apparently this goes beyond just win or lose, because for the upcoming film Hopper, allegedly executives from Disney sent a note to the team saying to make it less focused on environmentalism, which is ironic because the film is all about the importance of the environment. And with one person saying, "We have no idea what to do with this note."
This is getting annoying. But also I think this is kind of why Disney is no longer, like, the place people go for, like, good animation, you know? People are going to be like, oh, what about Moana and Inside Out? Well, those were both sequels. And it just kind of feel like, I don't know. I just feel like they're slowly losing their audience. Because even the older audience is getting kind of, you know.
Yeah, and
I guess bored of this.
Let's just hope that by some miracle, Pixar will end up surviving this whole mess.
Who knows? Fingers crossed. All right, now for some good news. DC reveals first look at Sonic the Hedgehog / Justice League crossover.
Yeah, this is surprising. The first issue debuts in March of this year, and I didn't see this coming. It was surprising to me. Like,
I see. At first, I was like, haven't they done this before? But I was like, oh,
no,
wait,
it's
they
just
haven't.
for merchandise. Like, this is an actual story. Like, with like apparently Darkseid is going to be the main villain as he launches an invasion in the world of Sonic, searching for the ultimate power. It says.
So he's looking for the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, most likely. Hey, so Sonic is going to have to team up with the Justice League in order to stop Darkseid and his army.
We have some art for the first cover, and I really like it. We have Tails, Amy, Knuckles, Shadow, Silver, and of course Sonic with Superman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and Batman. This is going to be a lot of fun. And see, it's funny because I've never played a Sonic game, but I really like the character of Sonic.
Oh, I've been hooked on Sonic ever since the Sega Genesis.
See, do you remember when, Target used to have game consoles you could play. You could try.
Yo, I feel spinal just slipping out when you told me that. Like, oh god, I'm
I
old.
know. We're freaking old, but I used to sometimes play that, and I played one of the Sonic games on, I think it was the Sega Dreamcast. So it's like I played a little bit of Sonic. I mostly watch like the shows, but yeah, I like Sonic, so I'm excited for this. I'm always up for a crossover in comics. Oh, I'm really excited about this.
Okay, which one? Oh yeah. Clayface horror movie is in development at DC Studios with Mike Flanagan and writing it.
Yeah. Dude, I am so excited. So for those of you who don't know, my favorite like Batman villains are kind of the lesser known ones. Like besides like Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, my favorites are the Ventriloquist and Clayface. Clayface has never had a movie, so I'm really excited that they're actually going to do this. Now, Clayface is a man whose body got mutated into basically like this big glob of clay, so he can take on the appearance of anybody.
Yeah.
And that makes him, very dangerous.
And yeah, it makes him a formidable enemy to Batman. And they've been teasing how they're going down a horror route and taking inspiration from David Cronenberg's The Fly.
Oh, that's gonna be
but
awesome. They also got the script writer Mike Flanagan. He wrote Doctor Sleep.
Oh. And also, this isn't even Clayface's first appearance in James Gunn DC Universe. He actually appeared in an episode of Creature Commandos, once again voiced by Alan Tudyk. But he is nothing like in the Harley Quinn cartoon. He's genuinely terrifying.
Yeah, that's the thing about Clayface. Clayface can be very scary, especially like I remember like we watched the Batman animated series, and despite that being for kids, it's a very dark scene because in the show he's addicted to a certain kind of cream that can make him mold his face, but when he doesn't use the cream, it makes him look kind of like a skeleton almost. His face gets all messed up, and he goes to the guy who makes it, Roland Daggett, and then his Daggett's goons pin him down and like pour the stuff on his face, and it basically turns him into clay.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
He's a very tragic character too, though, so it's like I'm really, really excited for this because I was always like, how could they do a Clayface movie? Making it a horror film is perfect.
Yeah, and you don't see many horror films in these comic book universes.
No. And we need more.
Definitely.
Okay. Box office. Sonic 3 speeds to 6 million debut. Mufasa gets trampled with 35 million.
Yeah, so...
Ouch.
Yeah, Sonic 3 debuted to #1 in the box office opening weekend, while Mufasa failed to meet expectations.
And see, it has like... From the reviews I've seen, a lot of people are sort of like... It's fine.
Yeah, Mufasa.
It doesn't need to exist, but it's fine. It doesn't need to exist.
Meanwhile, Sonic 3 is the first one in a trilogy to be certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I mean, it's got Keanu Reeves, so.
And yeah, even in its second weekend, and it still managed to hold off Mufasa.
Yeah, I feel like right now, the main thing is a lot of people are getting kind of burned out with the live-action Disney movies. And it would be fine if, like, a good chunk of them were good, but some of them are just kind of meh, like, really boring. Like, they don't add anything to the story. Let me see. How's the box office for this week? Let me check.
Let's see. Mufasa did manage to have a steady hold in the box office for the past 3 weeks, though. And it's been doing better internationally, mainly because it's in more theaters, while Sonic 3 is having a slower rollout in terms of the international box office.
Yeah, I don't think people like Sonic as much as we do. But either way, I kind of feel like a lot of people are, like, there's Mufasa merch. It's not like selling, As people, like, I've noticed, like, when it comes to the merch from, like, the live-action movies, they don't sell as well as I think Disney hopes they will. because like I was working at Build-A-Bear when that live action Lion King came out. It took us forever to get rid of those plushies. It did. It took a very long time. And the thing is like there was one time where it's like, okay, we got these new plushies out. We got to get rid of some room, so we put the Lion King plushies in the back because we just didn't have the room. And it's like we need to make space for the new stuff because that's like what they would want us to like put out the new stuff, get rid of the old stuff.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, let's see what's next on here. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Christopher Nolan directed an adaptation of The Odyssey. That's what his next mysterious film at Universal is.
That's gonna be good. And I'm actually surprised there's some people who don't know what The Odyssey is. Did you not read this at school? Like, come on. It's considered one of the like most foundational texts of Western literature. It's the story of Odysseus, the king of Ithaca, and he's trying to get back after the Trojan War. He runs into the Cyclops, Sirens, the goddess Circe, while trying to get back with his wife Penelope. And Penelope, like, there's a bunch of people around Penelope, and they're like, "Hey, Penelope, get with us." And she's like, "No, I'm not interested." So, this is gonna be good. I think they've already posted. Did they post? Okay, it's gonna star Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, and Charlize Theron. So we know this movie's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be shot in a new IMAX format, apparently.
Okay.
Hey.
It just doesn't say who is playing who.
No, they're trying to keep it hush for now.
Yeah, I'm excited to see who's gonna play Circe and who will play like the Sirens, who will be the Cyclops. But I'm interested. I can't wait to see it. I love Greek mythology. Oh, you're going to be happy about this?
Hey, Creature Commandos renewed for second season on Max.
Woo, so, wow, Max did something right for once.
This new DC universe is off to a strong start, it seems.
Yep.
Because
I've been... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of my friends have been gushing about this, especially those who are really into comic books.
I haven't watched it yet. I plan on watching it this week.
Oh, I hope you do. It's great. I'm gonna say, get ready to cry at some of the characters' backstories.
Oh no. Now, that's James Gunn for you. He loves to tug at our heartstrings. But like, this is really good news just because, as we've talked about multiple times here, HBO's been having a lot of losses, very few wins. But I feel like it would be really stupid of them to cancel this since it's been doing so well. And this is also like the first sort of foray of James Gunn going into the DC universe. But this also gives me hope. Like there's been a lot of people who were like
optimistic about Superman.
It's like, oh yeah, they'll be like, oh, the James Gunn universe is gonna suck. It's like, no, it's not. It's James Gunn.
That's the